dealing with an acute sprain, we have the options of, like you saw, the kinesio tape, the little spider webs, or we have Coban, okay? Coban comes in multiple sizes, and then we've got what are called our horseshoes. Okay, now I've already made these for you. If you guys want to make them on your own, feel free, but we've got plenty from previous years. Now, this is felt, okay? This is a thicker material that we have. We also have foam. Do not get them confused, okay? They're two different products. We would prefer to use felt because it's nice and soft and it's thick. And we wanted to push into the swollen ankle, okay? So what we're gonna do is when you are gonna measure up to your client, you'll create these to their sizes. And the concept is that we're going to put, you see the backing here? We have not taken them off because when that person needs to go home, they need to unravel all this, dump their leg in the ice bucket, and then re-dry and reapply. So I usually, and I do it for this class too, I don't even have you stick it to them. You could, but it just wastes a lot of time and material because this stuff's expensive. So we create this horseshoe for them, and the concept of the horseshoe is that the felt will go, if it's medially involved as well, you'll do it on both sides. If it's just laterally that you see all the swelling, just do lateral. But the concept is that for you guys on this side to see, it envelops the malleolus. So it's gonna push into the malleolus here. And then we're going to wrap that up so that the swelling that they have, it pushes here and it draws it right up, and it's gonna go right back into their own system, okay, for them to get rid of. And so what we wanna do, you don't need spray because they're not going out to play, right? We just need this to be protective for them. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use I grabbed a 3-inch because I think it's better on the foot and ankle, whereas the 2-inch might be better on the wrist. So what we're gonna do is have your patient, let's just hold the edges right there for me so it stays on. And then whatever position feels okay for them, I usually like to get some neutral, okay? Whatever you can get, especially if it hurts, you wanna get some neutral. And then what you're going to do is you're gonna watch how I roll this off. Do you see how I'm specifically not rolling it like that? I want you to get used to rolling the tape like such, okay? Because you're not gonna get caught up on yourself when you do it like this. So we're gonna start as distally as we need to, depending on how much swelling is actually in the forefoot or the toes. We're gonna come around, we're gonna give a decent amount of stretch, and once that first piece, it's gonna stick to itself, and I'm good. So what I don't wanna do is pull so tight, she's gonna lose circulation, okay? I wanna just kind of have some tension that's going around. Okay, watch for little edges like that. I'm gonna go around, creating about a 50% overlap. Do you see that? Okay, so it's about 50% still showing. I cover the other 50%. I'm going under her heel. You see how I'm managing the tape a little bit? I can kind of help place it where I need it to go if things start to look funny. And I'm just gonna create a spiral up the ankle, past the musculocutaneous or musculotendinous junction, and I'm gonna then be good right there. It's a nice spiral up, and then I would lock that down with some Leukotape. I think my Leukotape is somewhere around, but I'll lock that down, okay? So that's one very simple way you teach the client how to do it. There's still another full tape job ready on this roll for them to go home, take all this off, get your foot in an ice bucket, put half ice, half water, do 30 minutes, not 30 minutes, do 10 minutes of an ice bucket, straight ice bucket if you can, and that would close that. And then whether they can move their foot around, you almost create like a little whirlpool for them at home. So pull the bucket up, sit down, put your foot in it, or if you're okay standing, you'll stand up, one foot in the bucket, one foot out of the bucket, and you'll do little mini squats because that's going to facilitate dorsiflexion at your ankle, which is what we want to come back, okay? So 2 options, either sitting, kind of moving into dorsiflexion actively. We might draw circles, draw the alphabet, you know, all that stuff, right? Okay, so that's the way I usually do that. Now the other way you could have done this, and I'm just going to go right over this, is to show you, and you can play around with it. Once you kind of, if you felt like you needed to come up and then back down again, you can do that to kind of help push more up that way. That's not wrong. What would be wrong is if you went all the way up and then you came all the way back down, because now you've created the wrong gradient for where lymph needs to flow. So just kind of keep moving up this way, right around the actual injury. You might just want to do a little up, a little down, and then send it back all the way up. Okay, so that wouldn't be wrong if I wanted to give her just a little bit more. And then again, you just kind of 50%. 50%, do you see that? That's 50%, and we'll keep doing that. You'll see that all throughout the semester, that extra exposure that we need. That's how you know you're not too tight, but you're not too spaced out.
When you say 50%, is it 50% of the width?
Yes,
Okay.
that's right. So then this piece goes 50%, it leaves 50% exposed, and it covers 50% up. Okay? Very simple, right? One of the easiest tape jobs we can do.